Happy Memorial Day to all of our fallen soldiers, men and women. Today's going to be different, people. Today I'm going to touch on all of the hypocrisy that goes on YouTube with content creators and YouTubers, man. That stuff runs so deep here on social media in general. I mean, it also does in life too, but this is where it's been brought to my attention, because it's been like a hot topic lately, I guess. But and I will get into detail about that hypocrisy because, like I said, it's running rampantly here on social media. But first and foremost, I need to remind you guys, I'm a full-time online fitness coach. If you want to get started in your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. I normally start off my videos with elaborating on fitness, nutrition, or overall health in general. Or I speak on natural remedies to help reverse conditions that people suffer with. But like I said, today is going to be a little bit different, and I'm just going to go straight to the topic. Once I let you guys know again how to reach out to me if you want to get started on your fitness journey, you can shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. My Instagram is highpowerfitness, high_power_fitness_. Go check it out. I have over 2 years of material there. I have transformations. I have testimonials. I have testimonials from team members. I have testimonials from non-team members as well. I even have some starter kits as far as like meal plans that you could start and start getting basic results. And they work. They're the same meals that I've eaten. Yeah, I know I get a lot of requests for me to do videos on the food that I eat and stuff like that. If you guys are really interested in it, go check out my Instagram, man. I have quite a bit of meals right there that I've eaten and that I still eat to this present day. That's the way I stay structured and I stay dialed in, and that's why I am able to sustain the look that I've acquired. And yes and no, I'm not trying to get any bigger. I'm comfortable with where I'm at right now, because I know I get a lot of guys out there, oh yeah, you're losing size because you're getting older. No, it's nothing like that. Trust and believe, man. Nutrition is key to getting results. Yes, at a certain age, absolutely, you're gonna start deteriorating. That's something that can't be avoided. But I'll tell you one thing right now, this cat right here, this 54-year-old, is on top of his game, baby. So all you trolos, funny bunnies, and side busters out there, save it, because you guys never show your pictures, man. But anyways, man, like I said, if you want to reach out to me, shoot me a DM, highpowerfitness, high_power_fitness_, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Once again, remember to hit the like and subscribe button, or thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever you prefer. Just make sure you subscribe, share this channel, put your notification bell on all. When you hit that subscribe button, make sure you go to that notification bell and change it from personalized to all. That way you will be notified of all the material that I be putting out here on social media. I give a lot of free tips when it comes to health and fitness, people. And then you could take it from there. And then once you see some results, then you could reach out to me and sign up for my team. I have 3-month programs, 6 months, 1 year. I even have a month-to-month, but I don't recommend that for anybody, man. It's better to make a small investment, a 3-month program, and then I'll provide you with the tools and knowledge that you could apply that to your daily lifestyle. At the end of 3 months, you should be able to obtain the knowledge that I will give you to run it in on a daily. That's what I do. It's not a puzzle. It's not hard to figure out. It's just, you being a good student, showing up and listening. Like I've said in the past, I'm going to tell you guys today, I could be that teacher to hold the door open for you, but you as a student, you need to come inside, sit down, learn, and, soak up the knowledge that I'm teaching you guys. So anyways, people, with that being said, man, today I'm going to touch on hypocrisy, man. Hypocrisy has so many different, let's just say people view it in different ways. Their definition of hypocrisy is okay. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, people. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Every last person has been a motherfucking hypocrite at one time in their life or another. Some more than others, though. I'll tell you that right now, man. There's some people that live on a daily as being straight hypocrites. You know, I see it, you know, but I don't really surround myself around people like that, because that negative energy, all it does is bring negativity to your life in itself. You know, if you guys are true believers of the laws of attraction and manifesting, it will bring negativity to your life, you know, and it's not good. No bueno. Well, anyways, people, I'm going to touch, because there's a lot of people out here, man, on social media. They're such fucking hypocrites, man. Whether they accept it or not, they are, you know what I mean? Low key, like I said, everybody has been a hypocrite at one point in time in their life, you know, some more than others. I'm going to give you an example, man. And this pertains to doing time behind the walls right there. Okay, doing time during my time, once you rolled it up, you were considered no good. Okay, there was no such thing as buying your way back. You know, you were labeled no good. Okay, in this day of age, the last I've heard, a person could roll it up and buy their way back. Now, that right there in itself, coming from my time, would be a form of hypocrisy. Because once you're bad, you're always bad. Okay, so, but now there's an exception to the rule. Because this individual that rolled it up, more than likely behind a drug debt, had some feria to back it up, to buy his way back. Now, what happens to the other individuals that had that same reason for rolling it up? They can't buy their way back, because they were being fed shit that they couldn't afford to be playing with. Let's just put it that way. And now they're stuck over there, you know. So that's a one form of hypocrisy there, man. And it's something that I'm against. And I'm going to give you another example too. You know, I could go on all day about this stuff, man, because like I said, I see it day in, day out. I'm guilty of it myself, okay, to a certain extent. And I'm going to explain that to you right now as well. You get, I'm going to give you an example here. Let me just move forward to this. I've said in the past, I had a homie that rolled it up, landed on the other side, and I ran into him in the free world out here when I was out gonna go do my run. And he obviously carries a jacket now. He's not a piece of shit. He was had dirty politicking done on him, but coming from where I come from, I can no longer associate with him, and he understands that. When I ran into him, I shook his visa, gave him a hug. He went his way, and I went my way. I knew the situation behind it, but I understand that I can no longer associate with him. Now, this is where it gets tricky here. There's an individual on social media that I tend to communicate with once in a while. He was deemed no good. You guys already know who I'm talking about. I'm not even going to say his name. He helped me out during my beginning with my social media, with my YouTube. And he's the one who actually brought it to my attention that I was able to get monetized. Okay, now you got to keep in mind, this guy comes from up north. Their politics are different from the homies from down south. They could be deemed no good for walking around with butt breath and not correcting it. The homies up north are very militant. They're structured. And like I said, where they come from, they could deem you no good for the most smallest infraction, I should say, in the program that disrupts their program. Okay, that individual that was deemed no good because he had a red on red, does that make him a piece of shit? No, it doesn't. I guess depending who sees it, though. From my point of view, it doesn't. He doesn't have a bad jacket. He doesn't have, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even like talking about them cats that, you know, they violate women and children. You know, those are your true piece of shits there. Okay, so, but I'm okay to communicate with him. Why? Because his reasons of being deemed no good don't pertain to me. He comes from, he fell underneath a different umbrella. Now, I know there's these Mexica warriors out there that want to believe it doesn't matter. He's no good. He's no good. He's a piece of shit. And I'll bring you to that level of hypocrisy too, to clear that up. So they're going to look at me as being a hypocrite because I'm able to communicate with this individual, but I can't communicate with my own homeboy that dropped out. Now, there's a different perspective. Like I said, my homeboy's from my barrio. He's from down south, and this individual's from up north. Neither one of them carry a bad jacket. But my homeboy was considered no good because he came from the umbrella that I fell under. Okay, so that's one form of hypocrisy, I guess you could say. In my eyes, I don't see it that way. But you're going to always have people that contest that. And like I said, that will bring me to the Mexica warriors, and I will get to them at last. Okay, now, you got individuals that landed on let's say a yard that has a curfew. Okay, an individual, he lands on a yard and maybe he wasn't laced up on what he needed to do to get off that yard, so he went past his curfew. Now he's no good. Okay, so now he's actually no good by the Mexica warriors, no matter how you look at it, unless you buy your way back, then you're okay. That's, you know, like I said, another form of hypocrisy. Okay, now them same Mexica warriors, the ones that had nothing to lose, that were doing all day, the outwops, you know, now they're given an opportunity to parole, but with conditions. Now they got to go sit on a 50-50 yard. You see where I'm getting at? The hypocrisy there? Now they're okay with it, because now there's something on their plate that has a lot of value to it. Their freedom to go back with their families. You see where the double standards fall into play right here, people? That's why I'm saying it gets so complicated when it comes to this topic. And anybody and everybody that claim that they've never been a hypocrite is a fucking liar. Because at one point in time, you guys had made decisions such as that, like what I just explained to you. Okay, like I said, coming from my time, I don't care what the fuck you did. No good is no good. Okay, I'm going to give you another form of hypocrisy here. So to speak, you're in a setting in the joint. You got your meseros that are running the block there, the yard. And then the next dorm over are PCs. Everybody believes that they told or did whatever they did to get over there. They're telling, right? Yelling, telling, and smelling is what I used to say. You know, that was my old mentality. Now, you get these youngsters that are trying to get in good with the meseros. They go and tell on homies that are violating some house reglas. Now, that's another form of hypocrisy. What the fuck makes you any better than the cats that are already over there on that other side of the yard? You're going to tell another man somebody's faults, what they're doing. Why don't you handle that? That's the correct way. That's the way I was brought up. Don't speak on a person unless you're going to do it yourself. Don't try to recruit to gain that extra backbone and support. You make that decision. You do what you have to do. And once the dust settles, then things will be figured out. That's another form of hypocrisy right there, people. Another one is, wow, there's just so many ways of hypocrisy here, man, because I've seen it time after time. You got people that play favoritism. You know, you'll get a homie that goes against the grain, let's just put it this way. And there's usually discipline behind that. But this individual happens to land a sack, so they make an exception to the rule. Do you see the hypocrisy there? Absolutely, right? And there's so many more, but I don't want this video to be dragging on any longer than I really want to put it out there. This is to the fucking Mexica warriors out there. To you people that are being the Mexica fucking warriors that refused to go on them 50-50 yards, but you're okay with someone buying their way back in. You see where I'm getting at? The hypocrisy here? There's so many ways and so many definitions of labeling hypocrisy. I'm just keeping it real 100% with you people. You know what I mean? Because this shit runs rampantly here on social media. You could get an individual that goes to war with another podcaster. And like children, they start bringing in wives, family members. You know what I mean? And then you got their taitas, not so much co-sign, but they sit in silence and let their associate speak his mind. But yet when they hear other podcasters do the same, then they turn around and bash them. You see the favoritism there? What is good for the goose is good for the gander. What is right, and what is wrong. No matter how the fuck you look at it. If you guys ever notice me being a hypocrite right here on social media, bring it to my attention. Address me. And we'll go over it together. You can shoot me your number and I'll call you. You know what I mean? And you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will admit to it. You know, so, but I know a lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, what you say, get whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, you know, no good is no good. Yes, I still do believe that. But like, you got to keep in mind, I understand the individual that, and you guys try to make it look like we're like we out busting spreads and all that. And even if I were busting spreads, I don't find it wrong, because this individual, and you guys already know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to say his name, he gets heat as it is, and you know, he falls under a different umbrella than I did. He was deemed no good for the red on red. And as far as the other individual that you guys are trying to put labels on, you know, you could actually go and look for somebody if you really wanted to, you know. So I won't even get into that, because that's really, it's taking it to another level, and I don't want to do that. But I'm not gonna go by what individuals claim. What you don't like, I have to co-sign with it and go with the flow. I've always been a leader, not a follower. I've never went against the grain, and I never will. I paroled in good standings, and I'm gonna die in good standings. You know, there's a lot of people that may not like that I've came into communication with certain individuals, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, these individuals do not carry jackets on them as far as being a POS. Yeah, to the Mexicas, they're considered POSs. But like I said, if you really feel that way, Mr. Mexica Warriors, You know, the ones that are out here, especially the ones out here, the trollos out here on social media, go and look at Megan's all, man. Do your thing because you live around them day in, day out. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of red flags around you. And then you could go really do what you need to do. And then you know what happens over there. Once you catch that good stretch, you could go sit on one of those 50-50 yards and be that real Mashika. Go off, baby. There's a gang of them there. See what I'm saying? There's so much hypocrite hypocrisy that goes on in this world. It's ridiculous. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, man, I'm going to bring this video to an end. If you guys want to get started on your fitness journey, you know what I mean? Start getting that 10.5, shoot me that DM or email me at highpoweredfitness@yahoo.com, baby. Remember, once I reach 10,000 subscribers, I will start interacting and doing on my lives and interact with everybody. You know what I mean? All is welcome. Just come with respect, man, because if you don't, my llaveros will not tolerate it. There will be no calientadas, strictly removals, people. Now, with that being said, once again, happy Memorial Day. Keep on getting up and getting yours. Let's do this.